A textile manufacturer has taken floating interest rate loan of 40 lakhs on April 1st, 2012. The rate of interest at the inception of the loan is 8.5% per annum. The interest is to be paid every year on 31st of March, and duration of the loan is 4 years. In the month of October 2012, Central Bank of country releases the following projections about the interest rate likely to prevail in future. On 31st of March 2013, 8.75, 14 10%, 15 10.5, 16 7.75. Show how this borrowing can hedge the risk arising out of expected rise in the rate of interest when he wants to fix his interest cost at 8.5% per annum. Assume that the premium negotiated by both the parties is 0.75% to be paid at the inception of the contract 1st of October 2012, and actual rate of interest on the respective due dates happens to be on 31st of March 2013 10.2, 14 11.5, 15 9.25, 16 8.25. Show how the settlement will be executed on the prospective interest due date. That is a question. I request all of you to go through the question, please. Let us have understanding of the question, dear students. The question is providing some information like this. Let's say the loan is taken on 1st of April 2012. That is the way the information is given. उसके बाद अक्टूबर 2012 में ऐसा दे रखा है that say there is a release of the data by the Central Treasury Department, Central Bank of the country, जिसमें उन्होंने ऐसा बोला that say these are the projected rate of interest. क्वेश्चन में हमको ऐसा दे रखा है that the rate of interest is like the very second line of the question. It has been given that the rate of interest at the inception of the loan was 8.5% per annum. इसका मतलब ये है कि maybe the floating rate of interest at which the loan is taken, and at that point of time the floating rate of interest must be 8.5%. This is what we have to understand from the example. The question provides information that show how this borrowing can be hedged the risk arising out of the expected rise in the rate of interest when it means that the company wants to fix his interest cost at 8.5% per annum. यानी हमको यहाँ पे looking to the information of the question ऐसा समझने का है that say I do not want to have the cost more than 8.5%. तो उसमें मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? That is a question. In a way that say all the projected rate of interest which is given to us in the question is substantially more than 8.5%. So what the company is doing, the company is entering into the transaction for interest rate cap, wherein we understand that so the premium is 0.75%. और उसके बारे में information दे रखा है that it is required to be paid when the contract is entered upon, that is in October 2012. So it is 40 lakhs into 0.75%. So that comes to an amount of rupees 30,000. तो आपको 30,000 रुपए का that is say the cap charges पे करना है when the contract is entered upon. उसके बाद whenever the actual rate of interest is exceeding exercise rate of interest 8.5%, तो आपको ऊपर के इंटरेस्ट का कंपनसेशन मिल जाएगा. 10.2 is exceeding 8.5, तो उसका जो डिफरेंस है ना वो इंटरेस्ट आपको मिल जाएगा. 11.5 is exceeding 8.5, 9.25 is exceeding 8.5, 8.25 is not exceeding 8.5, तो वहां पे आपको कुछ मिलेगा नहीं. तो पहले 3 साल आपको इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा और लास्ट ईयर में आपको कुछ मिलेगा नहीं. ऑफ कोर्स यू डोंट हैव टू पे एनीथिंग. You just have to pay bank, that is the interest to the bank at the rate of 8.25%. And this is what's the one-time payment which you are required to make when the contract is entered upon. ऐसा हम लोग समझते हैं. This is the way so we are required to calculate the answer. I am reading the question once again. A textile manufacturer has taken a floating interest rate loan of 40 lakhs on April 1st, 2012. The rate of interest at the inception at the start of the loan is 8.5%. It means that the floating rate of interest 8% होगा, ऐसा दे रखा है. The interest is to be paid every year on 31st of March and the duration is 4 years. In the month of October, the central bank of releases the following projection about the rate of interest. और ये पूरा का पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन हमारे लिए रेलेवेंट है, क्योंकि उनके प्रोजेक्शन से अपने को कोई मतलब नहीं है. एज सच ये क्वेश्चन का सिर्फ एक माहौल खड़ा किया है कि भाई कंपनी ने देखा कि अरे यार ये रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट तो बहुत ज्यादा होने वाला है, इसलिए उन्होंने इंटरेस्ट रेट कैप का ट्रांजैक्शन किया, ऐसा हम लोग समझ सकते हैं. बट इनफैक्ट ये जो सारे फिगर्स है ना, उसको हमें क्वेश्चन में कुछ भी लेना देना नहीं है फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चन. दीज थिंग्स आर इररिलेवेंट. That is not going to be used in calculation of the answer of the question. Okay, show how this borrowing can hedge the risk arising out of the expected rise in the rate of interest when he wants to fix his interest cost at 8.5%. Fix का मतलब यहाँ पे 8.5 या उससे कम. थोड़ा हमको क्वेश्चन ब्रॉडली समझना पड़ेगा with some relaxation of the understanding the interpretation. Assume the premium cap, that is cap charges भी बोल सकते हो उसको. Premium negotiated by both the parties is 0.75% to be paid on October 1st, 2012, and actual rate of interest. ये हमारे लिए relevant information. On the respective due dates happens to be, हमको अलग अलग rate of interest दे रखा है. Show how the settlement will be executed on the prospective due dates. So this is what's the question. So हमारा cost क्या होगा? 8.5 या उससे कम. Of course, apart from that, so we are required to pay one-time charges of the premium, that is an amount of 30,000. So the writer answer the question. First point. Over here, textile manufacturer is cap buyer. Full stop. It is purchasing cap by paying premium of 0.75%. Second point, we understand from given information that borrowing is at floating rate of interest comma at the start of loan comma floating rate of interest is 8.5 percentage. Third, the company wants to keep interest cost 8.5% or less than that. Full stop. Further write down, sorry, comma, apart from premium cost. Full stop. Now write down answer of the question. In examination, you have to write only answer. Working note number 1, calculation of premium to be paid on 1st of October 2012. In that, loan amount into premium percentage. The loan amount is 40 lakhs and premium percentage is 0.75 percentage. That comes to rupees 30,000. That is away the premium amount. Next, calculation of interest amount compensation received by cap buyer from cap seller. Column number 1 is date, column number 2 is amount. Date is 31st of March 2013, 31st of March 2014, 2015 and 2016. The rate of interest is provided to us in the example. It is 10.2 percentage. So 40 lakhs into 10.2% less 0.0875. 40 lakhs into rate of interest is 11.5 percentage. Sorry, 8.5 percentage. Exercise rate of interest is 8.5. 0.085. For the next one, it is 9.25. So 0.0925 minus 0.085. And no interest in the last case. So 0.102 minus 0.085. That is 1.70 percentage. 40 lakhs into 1.7%. That comes to 68,000. Then 11.5% minus 8.5%, that comes to 3 percentage. So 40 lakhs into 3%, that comes to 1,20,000. Then 9.25 minus 8.5, that is 0.75 percentage. So 40 lakhs into 0.75 percentage, that comes to 30,000. So this is the amount that say you will receive on making payment of the premium of 0.75 percentage. So this is the amount that say you will receive.